Hi everyone and happy full Luna today. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel 13 Divine Star Codes, where I'm tracking the astrology using the cornerstone of astrology, which of course is astronomy. I'm using the exact, unique measurements of each zodiacal constellation and accounting for the precessions of the equinoxes. So happy full moon to you. Happy full moon to all of us. This full moon is so grounded and is so timely and is bringing us all back into alignment. We're getting back into the rhythm of abundance, the rhythm of prosperity, which is our natural state. Nature is abundant. Nature is not scarce, has never been scarce. Nature is prosperous and overflows with abundance. And this full moon, this full Luna, taking place in Capricorn, happens for a good part of the world on 8/8. For us here in Pacific Standard Time, it's going to happen at 12:54 p.m. Or 12:54 a.m., pardon me, on the 9th. But we're going to be seeing that huge moon in the sky in Capricorn all night on the 8th. And we all know that in numerology, 8 is the number of abundance. And we have 2 8s here. Capricorn is very real. Capricorn does not wear a mask. Capricorn is unapologetic in who it is. It is cardinal earth. It is fundamental, nutrient-dense soil. It is what all life is built upon. Capricorn is the foundation. It is the start. It is the very beginning. And then it builds itself up. Capricorns often build generational wealth. And a lot of this is because of their composition, their sturdiness in nature. They are unswaying. They climb mountains, and it all starts in their mind. They are certain of who they are. They see where they're going to go, and they go there. They overcome many obstacles, and they are undefeated. They do not allow bullies or obstacles to defeat them in any capacity or in any way. And because of this, they are so very often, triumphant, victorious. Capricorn can be very earnest. Capricorn is very real. Capricorn deals with reality. Capricorn does not deal in the woo. Capricorn, is a realist. And I believe that Capricorn is also optimistic because Capricorn deals with itself, knows itself, and is very much so connected to the source that animates the self. So with this full moon, we are welcoming the energy of Capricorn. We are welcoming abundance. Abundance is going to be flying towards us. We may have already experienced some influx of abundance today. And we're going to be letting go of scarcity in our mind. We're going to be letting go of seeing things as obstacles. Full moons are times to let things go. It's the culminating point. We started this Luna cycle with a new moon in Cancer, and we are at the culmination point in Capricorn. So we are really releasing everything that we've experienced in this Luna cycle that was around the theme of scarcity, poverty, obstacles, no way out, demise, anything that was putting us down, putting a damper on our brightness in our mind, anything that was darkening our thoughts. Capricorn, this Capricorn full moon is breaking us out of that, illuminating those things so we can let them go and bringing us in so much abundance. Mercury is going to station direct in a couple of days. Mercury was retrograde in Cancer, and that retrograde motion has really showed us our emotional maturity status. And hopefully we haven't made too many waves, during this Mercury retrograde in Cancer, because it's not a time to act, it's a time to notice and observe, to revise and redo. Now we can move forward with more emotional maturity. And all of this does tie in with this full Luna in Capricorn, because truly having emotional maturity means to also stay in a higher state of mind and not to get bogged down. Of course, it happens from time to time, absolutely, especially living in such a dense reality where we have human beings who are desecrating other human beings who are committing genocide, human beings who are denying that genocide is happening to the most vulnerable among us. So when we're living in, a place where there's really dense things happening, of course, we're going to, because we're connected to everyone, we're going to feel that pull down. And it is our mission here in this life to clean out our vessel, to resolve any inner conflicts, any inner contradictions, and align ourselves so that we are being our most evolved self, so that we can raise the frequency and raise ourselves and everyone around us into clarity and into resolution. And then we'll stop seeing these outward demonstrations of evil. And having said that, Jupiter and Venus are making their exact conjunction on August 13th in Gemini, in the further division or the nakshatra of Punarvasu, the return of the light. So at this full moon today, we are experiencing also the conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, and they're going to be exact on the 13th. So this is a blessing of enormous magnitude. Blessings upon our mind, blessings upon our spirits, blessings upon our inner world and our outer world. This is really taking care of us in so many ways. Jupiter is the guru of wisdom, expansion, abundance, good times, warm hugs, all the good, warm, fuzzy feelings. And Venus, the goddess of prosperity, the goddess of love and sensuality, of harmony, of spirituality and artistry. So these two very benevolent beings are coming together in this magnificent conjunction for the benefit of our lives. And we are so going to be benefiting from this conjunction, brightening our minds, brightening our lives, magnetizing opportunities to us. And this full moon is really like the breaking point of that, in the highest and best way that I use that word. With all the densities that are present, this full moon is breaking us into the reality of abundance, into the reality, the inherent law of prosperity, which is the law of us. We are nature. We are absolutely nature. So we are absolutely abundant by nature. And this full moon is awakening us again to that fact of life. Once we start to genuinely shift, not through anything, not through like faking it till you make it, but once we genuinely get a shift of, I feel grateful, I feel gratitude for what I have, instead of, oh, it's not enough, and this is not how I thought things were going to be, this is not how it should be looking. When we shift from that mindset into, oh my goodness, thank you, I'm so thankful that I have this, and I have this person in my life, and I have these things going for me, I'm so thankful, and we shift into that, then there's a crack in the density of our field, and prosperity is going to bum rush us through that crack and hit us square between the eyes and give us more abundance and more things to notice in our life that is prosperous. And so it's about, allowing that, and allowing the chaos, allowing the franticness to fall, to let go, the grips of our mind, allowing the grips of our mind to let go of scarcity, to let go of poverty, to let go of obstacles, and to see, from this higher mind of undefeatability, this higher mind of abundance. Capricorn is, very famous for resolving things and for accomplishing many difficult feats, and that is through their understanding that they have what it takes to be victorious. So really loving this Capricorn full moon. Capricorn is grounding us and has great discernment. One thing I love about Capricorn, and I live with one, my partner has a lot of Capricorn, and I'm Cancer, so we are in good synastry with each other. And so I'm learning so much from living with this Capricorn man, who victors often and doesn't allow obstacles to defeat him. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing, because as a Cancer can often emote and allow, defeat. It's a low side of Cancer. And so, these two signs, which is our Luna cycle, this, from the new moon to the full moon, we can really go from defeat all the way to victor. So it's so special. And what I was trying to get out is that Capricorns are very real. They don't wear masks, and they do numbers. They're all about the math. The math has to add up. And they're also all about evolution, evolving themselves and learning. And one thing I've been noticing lately is, and you've probably already noticed this yourself, especially in the spiritual community, there can be some wellness practitioners who are charging like what a down payment for a house would be. Over $10,000 for a session with them. Session that would last, 90 minutes. And I just want to speak to that. When we see things like that online, and there's like a lot of woo around them, and they'll probably be like very beautiful, like very handsome or quite gorgeous, and have like a lot of spiritual things around them, a lot of people around them. It's like we have to really be discerning and be like, okay, what do I know about this person? I see the presence that they're showing me. They're showing me that they're beautiful. They're showing me all these amazing statues of gods and goddesses, and these singing bowls and things that are very expensive and luxurious, enormous crystals. Sometimes they'll flash their big, beautiful mansion or their car. And I'm definitely all for everyone receiving their worth and not minimizing themselves and being honest and being in integrity. I have worked with very masterful people who have changed their lives, have revolutionized their lives. They are in healthy partnerships. They have resolved many inner contradictions. They are genuinely happy people. They're not flaunting their outward wealth. Usually when we flaunt out our outward wealth, we're also showing our inward poverty, having to be, oh, look at me, look at all this wealth. So having worked with those masterful people who have truly changed my life, working with them didn't cost me upwards of $10,000. It cost me, below $2,000. And, we worked together for a few months. So I've done that. I've also done, been in plant medicine ceremonies for over 20 years, not paying $200 a ceremony, paying like, $60, sometimes, $100, and even less at times when I couldn't afford it. So, and those experiences have also really shaped my life and have taught me so much about myself and who I am. And so when I see these other people online who are charging $10,000 or, $1,000 for one astrology reading, and it's Western too, I'm like, wow, that is a very telltale sign of someone who is just trying to get rich. So I don't think that, people are going to be changing other people's lives in one session for $10,000 or one session for $1,000. I think that, yes, we all have gifts. We can absolutely help other people on the way. Absolutely. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I feel like I've worked on myself enough. I've created a happy life for myself. I have a healthy, happy, truthful partnership with someone who is truly in alignment with who they are. And so I feel like my life, although it's not perfect, I've done enough work on myself to where I can help others. And I'm not here just, trying to get rich from you guys. I love to do astrology, and I love to share what wisdom comes through me. So having said that, be mindful of who you choose to work with. Check in to see, are they really in integrity? Are they really in alignment? Are they healthy? Are they happy? I mean, one of these practitioners was arrested for smuggling heroin across country borders, and that just shows us to what lengths they'll go to for money. So really important in this Capricorn full moon to be discerning with money, hold on to our money, have the higher thoughts that bring more opportunities and true prosperity in, and be discerning with our money. Capricorns do not give their money away, and they certainly would not buy a $1,000 astrology reading with somebody who just got on the spiritual path in 2017. Okay, so happy full moon. Happy Venus Jupiter conjunction. Happy Mercury stationing direct. I will get back with you guys with the new moon video August 23rd. You might get another one in between here and then. But I'm pretty much getting the message. I need to simplify and just do 2 videos a month for now, new moons and full moons, and I will be discussing the transits that are surrounding these lunas. Okay, so much love, you guys. Happy Capricorn full luna. Many blessings.